Alexa, turn on all lights.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, friends and family. How are you today? Today we're gonna talk about the cost of living. We'll talk about Boston and we'll talk about Chicago and um, we'll touch a little bit about the energy crisis right now happening in China, which is quite far from us, however, might impact the whole world. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna talk about energy in Boston. Um, Boston actually has one of the best uh, wind windmills and solar powers and the energy is usually enough. However, it's still quite expensive. Like during summertime, um, cutting off electricity during the hottest days isn't unusual. Believe it or not, hottest days, 97 degrees outside. Everybody get out of the building. Our electricity is running down. We need some repairment. And when it gets um, less hot and get cool down a little bit, okay, now you come back. The transformer just got better. Do you believe it? Actually, I know they just want to save some electricity. See, the hotel during summer in Boston say it's like 200 to a, 1 grand, according to the category of the hotels. If during that hot summer, if you end up homeless, do you really dare to just stay outside? You gotta go live in a hotel and just spend money. So that's quite funny. And that happened in some quite expensive buildings, like the super luxurious buildings. Like this building that I'm currently living in. It's 100-year-old building, but from outside you can still see it's quite new. It's because every so often, for instance, last winter, um, they got they fixed the exterior outside of this building and to make it look good. Um, you probably were wondering you can never scratch off the suit outside the concrete. Of course not. They were mixing there just to make the kind of oldish looking. It's very expensive. Living in this building, well, just this small place is like um yeah, I cannot tell you how much, but it's quite expensive. Well, I'll tell you, it's more than $1,000. This small place is like let me see, like less than 200 feet. More than $1,000 for less than 200 feet. This is a bargain price. Behold. Yes, definitely a bargain. And electricities are always expensive, so if I don't use the electricity, everything's off. So when I'm doing this video, turn it on. Afterwards, I'll turn it off again. I believe this happens in many big cities too. For instance, in Chicago, if you all of a sudden visited your friend in Chicago and your friend is renting with other people in a nice area, it could be really expensive. The best deal they can get could be like 500 or 600 per month. And after you visited your friends and took the shower and used the electricity, someone's gonna come back and nag on him. You used this, you used that, our bill's gonna go up. You give us $700. It's miserable, believe it or not. With your roommates chew on your ears and saying, "You're not paying enough, you're not." Oh, that's not fun. Now you know how expensive it is to live in Boston or Chicago or anywhere in America. Of course, it's very expensive. Well, I guess this little place is currently the best I can afford. There are places that energy is not expensive, like in China. Every year, in their national days, they used to have the lights show and light up the whole nation, and the buildings are dancing, the best quality imported lights, and they just spend. That's why now China all of a sudden have an energy crisis, because electricity is just not supposed to be that cheap. It's not cheap to start with. You want to give it cheap to your people. Too bad you won't have electricity to use anymore. So this is what I say about cost of living. And something new is that actually right across the street, I live right across street from a shopping center, and in the middle of the street they just setting up a stand saying, it's too dangerous. A lot of students are biking around here. We don't have a bicycle lane. And they're finally gonna cut back some motor vehicle lanes and put in some bicycle lanes. And at that time, I think that in this area, cars might even get banned or something. Right now, it's just only tickets. It's only like, if you're lucky, $80 per night of tickets. Okay, this is what I want to talk about the living expenses in America. I know it's quite expensive, but I'm just so proud of living on Beacon Hills, be the neighbor of Tom Brady and John Kerry. And one time I even saw John Kerry right on the street. "Hi, Kerry!" And he's I think that was his bodyguard, said, "Wow, another stalker here." See? Isn't that fun? Okay, thank you guys very much for listening. I love you guys. I hope you guys are healthy and happy, and don't worry too much about your utility bills. And thank you for watching. Alexa, turn off our lights. Alexa, turn off all lights.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I love you guys.